Hi, I'm Mike, the All Hallows Geek, and welcome to another episode of This Week in Eek, my weekly series where I recap the top Halloween and horror stories of the last week. There's a ton of news this week, so let's dive in. Alright, let's address the elephant in the room, the big one, the one that everyone's talking about, Hocus Pocus 2. This week, Disney Plus announced that Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Kathy Najimy are all coming back for the Hocus Pocus sequel. The film is coming to Disney Plus for Halloween season 2022 and will tell the story of three young women who apparently bring the Sanderson sisters back to life again, and they're going to have to essentially try and prevent them from wreaking havoc on the world and Salem. Sounds, at least in the early synopsis, very similar to the first film, but I guess we'll see where they take it. I'm sure the original trio that played the Sanderson sisters probably wouldn't have signed on if they weren't keen on the story, so we'll see what happens. Disney announced that the film would begin production this fall under the direction of Anne Fletcher. Adam Shankman, who was previously tied to the project, is passing the broom, if you will, due to a scheduling conflict. Now let's talk about the other big story this week. Netflix and Tim Burton have found their Wednesday Addams in actress Jenna Ortega. Ortega will take on the role of the iconic Addams Family daughter in the upcoming live-action coming-of-age comedy titled Wednesday. The babysitter, killer queen, and upcoming Scream reboot actress took to Instagram this week to share the news. Ortega posted a picture of herself with the show's script and the caption, "New chapter, hope I can do Wednesday Addams justice." And I don't know about the rest of you, but I think she's got this. Next up, are we ready for a horror entry in the Bring It On franchise? Sci-Fi seems to think so. The network's upcoming release slate includes Bring It On Halloween, the first horror entry in the cheerleading film franchise. In it, an embattled cheerleading squad seeks the freedom of a creepy, closed school gym to train for regionals. What could go wrong? The new film is set to premiere sometime in 2022. Also this week, we finally got a decent look at Netflix's Fear Street Trilogy based off the best-selling novels from author R.L. Stine. The streaming service released an official teaser for the films, which shed a bit more light on the backstory and how the three films are tied together. Set in 1994, 1978, and 1666, the three films take place in the town of Shadyside, which is believed to have been cursed by a witch in an effort to enact her revenge. The teaser also gave us release dates for all three films, with the three films premiering over the course of 3 weeks, with Fear Street Part 1 premiering on Friday, July 2nd. This one looks like a really good one. If you guys are excited about this one, let me know in the comments. And in a surprising turn of events, two big stories this week came out of Discovery's streaming service Discovery Plus. First, we learned that Ghost Adventures host Zach Baggins and director-filmmaker Eli Roth are teaming up for a new horror anthology series for Discovery Plus. The Haunted Museum will be a series of scripted shorts developed by Roth and his team that explore the backstories of some of the relics in Baggins' Las Vegas Museum. The series will include commentary from Baggins and include notable items like the Dybbuk box, a carved wooden statue owned by actor Steve McQueen, the Westerfeld dollhouse, a mirror owned by Bela Lugosi, and the Devil's Rocking Chair. The series will consist of a special 2-hour episode followed by 8 one-hour episodes that are set to premiere on the streaming service later this year. Also headed to Discovery Plus is the revival of the first mega-hit paranormal investigation series, Ghost Hunters. The original team of Jason Hawes, Steve Gonzalez, Dave Tango, and Sherry DeBenedetti return to explore epic haunted locations in an all-new version of the show revamped for 2021. The 13 new 1-hour episodes of Ghost Hunters will begin streaming on Discovery Plus later this year. For any sneakerheads watching, Super 7 and Saucony have teamed up for a new Universal Monsters shoe collection. The Super 7 Saucony Universal Monsters collection features 4 new jazz original shoes inspired by The Creature from the Black Lagoon, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, and The Mummy. If you're watching this video on the day it's released, the shoes go on sale today at noon Pacific time for $100 and are available through super7.com, saucony.com, or either of the Super 7 stores in San Francisco and San Diego, California. And finally, for my SoCal viewers, some good news out of the Halloween and horror convention Midsummer Scream. Despite the 2021 convention being canceled due to COVID-19, Midsummer Scream announced that its in-house short film festival would still take place. The Midsummer Scream Screaming Room Film Festival, which is curated and co-produced by HorrorBuzz.com, will take place at the Frida Cinema in Santa Ana, California on July 10th and July 11th. The two-day event will showcase the top submissions that Midsummer Scream has received over the last 2 years. The event will also include a yet-to-be-announced secret screening on Saturday night and an awards ceremony recognizing the top films on Sunday evening. Weekend passes for the event are on sale now for just $40 and include admission to all of the short screening blocks, as well as the secret screening Saturday night and the awards ceremony on Sunday evening. Weekend passes also include an exclusive credential and a limited edition pin. Single day and event screening tickets will be available at a later date. Seating is limited, so if you're going to want to attend this, you're going to want to buy tickets fast. This week, I want to wrap up the video with something a little bit different. We're going to do some show and tell this week. So if you were on allhallowsgeek.com last week, you might have seen that I posted a story that artist Yoseill Lorenzo had released his renditions of the stretching portraits from the Haunted Mansion. He did all four, but there was one in particular that I liked, and I decided to order it as soon as he put them out. And lucky enough for you watching, it actually arrived today. I wasn't expecting it this quick, but here it is. So I want to show it off to you guys. Unfortunately, at the time of recording this, it looks like these have all sold out. He may do a restock, but I definitely want to show you. So this, of course, is the stretching portrait that, for those of you familiar with the Haunted Mansion, you know, typically it has the woman sitting on top of it with a hatchet in her hand, and of course her beheaded husband is who's, you know, on the tombstone. In this particular case, we're changing it up. You have this witchy young lady with her, you know, instead of a rose, she has a jack-o'-lantern. And instead of a dude with an axe, it's just a jack-o'-lantern with a knife in his head, if you can see that there. So Yoseill is an artist whose work I've really liked for a long time. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen earlier this year I posted he had released a Major Arcana tarot deck featuring some of his artwork, and I picked that up as well. So I really like this one and wanted to show it off to you guys just in case you were interested in checking out his stuff. This set me back $45. He was selling the complete sets of all four portraits for $160. It's definitely worth it. The artwork, the craftsmanship is always top notch with Yoseill. So hopefully he restocks these. He did release a limited edition of the prints as vinyl stickers. Those appear to still be available through his website. So I'll be sure to post a link to his store in the description below. So if you wanted to pick up stickers, I believe those were only $13 and you get all four kind of in the pack. But definitely check it out if you're not familiar with his work. You know, his big thing is what he calls the orphans, which are these characters that essentially look you know, like you see here in this print. They all look very similar. That's what's on his tarot deck and what a lot of his artwork, you know, is kind of based upon. But he has done other characters as well in that style. I believe there's a Wednesday Addams. I believe there's a Lydia Dietz and things like that. Definitely worth checking out. But wanted to share that with you just because it came today and I was so excited about it. I felt that I had to share it off. But anyways, that's it for this week. If you enjoyed this week's video, be sure to give it a like, leave me a comment, or better yet, subscribe to make sure you always get your weekly dose of Eek. For more information on any of this week's top stories, I'll be sure to include links to the full coverage over at allhallowsgeek.com down in the description below. Until next week, keep it creepy.